So now we come to the counting house, which is through the lower hall. This was built in 1427 to 1428, so it was just built a handful of years after the bulk of the Guildhall. And I don't know about you, but I always think of the nursery rhyme. The king was in his counting house counting all his money, which is actually one of the main functions of the room. It was used for doing the accounting and a lot of the town business, both for the Guild of the Holy Cross and for the town corporation, which came subsequently. It also stored a lot of treasures, and in Elizabethan times it was used as an armoury. So it's had various uses. The fireplace was added shortly after the room was built, and I like to think that it was quite a cosy room, a well-built, solid room, but a nice little hideaway for the town councillors and the burgesses, the chamberlains, the constables, all the other offices of the Guild of the Holy Cross and the corporation. So, as I say, it had use as an armoury. Been, as I say, an integral part of the town council for many years, until 1848, in fact, when the town hall was moved to the other end of Chapel Street and is in the present building that it now inhabits. And then, since that date, it's been a very important part of the King Edward VI Grammar School. And I believe that the boys and some girls, we now have girls here, use it for practicing their lines, for changing, and basically as an agreeing room or a green room before they go and do their performances. Just before we finish, I'd like to mention a little idiosyncratic thought that a lot of us who work here have when we come into this room. We often think of John Shakespeare in this room, and I always like to think that when he got here one day when he was on his own in private, perhaps he was sitting in front of the fire warming himself, and it just suddenly occurred to him that he'd made it. He'd got all through his previous ale tasting, etc. He'd become the mayor of Stratford-on-Avon, and it was the culmination of his ambitious life.